Ciao, I'm Mary Ann Esposito.
And I'm Patti Fortuna-Stannard.
Today on Ciao Italia, cooking with Fortuna sausage. Ciao, I'm Mary Ann Esposito. Welcome to Italy, and let's cook real Italian. Aren't they gorgeous? Swiss chard. I knew you said that. I'm in heaven. Think about how healthy this is. That's for you. Sundae sauce. All 20 regions of Italy are fabulous. And every time I do this, I think of my Nonna Galasso because she always made it this way. You want a Goldilocks dough, just right. Who doesn't like basil, especially in the summer? Obviously, you have to have pesto sauce at some point, right? I mean, I'm a cook. Why can't I try it? You're the best.
No, you're the best.
When Patti Fortuna-Stannard gets an idea, she acts fast. And when the idea of selling high-quality Italian products both online and retail came to her, she got her son Chris involved. And when I found out about her idea, I had one of my own and acted fast. I asked her if we could cook together using Fortuna sausages. She said yes.
Welcome to my little store.
What smells so good?
Oh, it's the Italian sausage
Of
Chris
course
has
it
cooking
is.
over there.
Beautiful store. How long has this been open?
It's 10 months today.
10 months today.
10 months, yep. And I came up with this idea when I was at your house last cooking. So.
Right, yeah, so I'm glad you followed through.
I did.
So what kind of things are you carrying now?
All of the sausages that we make with my grandparents, of course, still on the labels.
Still on the labels.
So we've turned our whole line into all natural, no nitrates, no preservatives.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So the store is a fun store to come into because I have samples out everywhere. So we have samples of all the salamis, the Italian cheeses, the sauces, the spreads.
I'm getting
everything.
hungry.
Everybody does when they come in here. They can't wait to come in here. They come in for lunch. And then they leave.
Yeah.
They buy and then they leave.
So,
it's always fun.
I'm thinking, you know, I've had a lot of these products that you send to me, and I've experimented with a lot of them. So I'm thinking we ought to be cooking something in your kitchen today. So what are we going to do?
Let's make my recipe first.
Okay.
It's a pasta with Casalinga sauce, which is all of my salamis are coppa. Artichokes, peas, just a bunch of delicious things.
Wonderful.
And then you mentioned you wanted to use some of the garden vegetables.
I'm going to use the garden vegetables
so maybe
to make
the minestrone.
And then maybe a little surprise at the end.
Okay.
So let's get the products because we got to get going.
Let's get going.
So
we need some finocchione.
Okay.
This is going to be for the minestrone soup.
Minestrone would be perfect.
Yeah. Supersada I'm going to use in my Casalinga.
Okay.
Along with the pepperoni.
All right.
So then we need to get some tomatoes.
Very good. D.O.P.
They sure are.
And that's the only way you recognize a true San Marzano. So we're going to need those.
Perfect.
Okay.
Got a can.
All right.
We'll get the cannellini beans.
We can use the dried beans, or if people don't want to use dried beans, they could use the canned beans.
Right. And do you need garlic?
Yes, of course we do.
I need garlic too, so we are good to go.
And the other thing we need is the cheese.
Oh, the cheese. I have Romano Pecorino or Reggiano Parmesan. Or both.
Parmigiano Reggiano, for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
And Pecorino Romano.
We got it.
Okay.
Let's go
Let's
cook.
go cook.
So today we're going to make one of my favorite recipes, my all-time favorite recipe, called Fettucine Casalinga.
Casalinga means home cooking.
That's it. And we're going to use all my salamis, of course, and Italian sausage, some peas, and we're going to put it over pasta.
Okay, now
Fast,
let's be
easy.
real, though. This isn't really a recipe. Because Italians don't cook from recipes. They cook from memoria.
That's true.
Right?
That's it.
So this is something that you know how to put together because you've been cooking a long time. And it's just natural, what we do, right?
It is.
Okay.
So does that mean I don't have to follow the recipe to a T?
You don't have to follow the recipe to a
great.
T. Okay.
Perfect. So we're going to chop the garlic. If you don't mind chopping the garlic, I'm going to put the olive oil in.
Okay, you need 3 cloves?
Yeah, about.
Okay. All right.
Again, it's all about a couple tablespoons of olive oil in the bottom of the pan.
And we're using extra virgin olive oil, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, now how did you come up with this quote recipe?
I have so many different salamis in the store, so
Yeah.
we said, let's see if we can put them all together. And then we had something similar to in a restaurant, so I just kind of,
Okay, good.
that's how I do things.
All right, so what are we going to do first?
So we're going to put the garlic in the pan,
Okay.
get it browning,
Okay.
and then I'm going to add the Italian sausage. Let me just grab a
Is there
fork
no
here.
garlic flavor in the sausage? The sausage is all natural, right?
The sausage is all natural. The sausage I'm using today is a sweet sausage, so if you want to make this a spicy dish, you
Yeah.
just add some hot sausage to it instead.
Okay, so this is sweet sausage
yeah.
you're using. All right, good.
So we're going to put the sausage in here and get that browning.
You know, I make sausage at home too. It's the easiest
It's
thing in
easy.
the world to do.
Right.
You know, it really is.
And you can make it with anything you'd like.
Right. And
You don't-
So do we have to give it any salt or pepper?
No, because the sausage has a little bit of
Okay.
extra salt than normal.
Okay, good.
So, and then we're going to chop this one here, and I'm using some of our copa.
Okay.
You know our copa was voted the best copa in America, right?
I do now.
So our copa.
So what do you want, this in
and
a
I'm going to
dice?
julienne it.
Oh, julienne.
Yeah,
Okay,
my
good.
favorite
Okay.
way to do this is to shape all the different meats in different ways, because every time I've made it, people ask me, what do you want it, which salami is that one? Oh, I love this. Which
Yeah.
one is that?
Yeah.
So if I have them cut in different shapes, I know which one it is.
This is going to be so flavorful with all these different.
This is
Sausages.
so tasty. I made this for my father-in-law for many a Christmas gifts. That's all he wanted was a few quarts of this to have in the freezer.
Okay.
Freezes great, cooks fast. We're ready to put the meats in.
Okay.
So we can just drop them
Let me
right
get
in.
that in.
The meat is all brown here.
This is going to be enough to serve, what, 8 people?
At
10
least.
people? Okay.
At least 8.
Okay.
We'll
and
take
more.
some of our pepperoni,
The pepperoni,
your favorite.
That's my favorite, yeah. I mean, I like all of them, but the pepperoni I really like.
And then we're just going to cook this again for a few more minutes until it gets nice and softened, I guess you can say.
This is all natural? There's no nitrates in this at all?
That's right. No nitrates, no preservatives. All natural. All our meat is humanely raised. We take a lot of pride in what we do. All recipes from my grandparents. I've told you that many a times.
Right.
It's
And
my
they-
grandparents write on all my labels, so I
Right.
proudly
Beautifully packaged.
feel like they're there.
Now, what about these scallions?
Scallions, we're going to just slice those. They're going in the very last second.
Okay.
You're going to be so surprised on how fast this dish cooks.
So you stayed up one night and you thought about this.
Yeah, and just kind of threw things together, and you know how us Italians cook.
I
Just
sure
throw
do.
things together.
It's like having a palette, a raw palette, like an artist who has all of the colors, knows his colors, knows how to put his colors together. So when he sees a bunch of ingredients in the refrigerator, if you're a cook, you automatically know, you taste it already before you've even cooked it, right?
Sure do. That's how we cook around here, too. That's exactly it.
Okay, 2 scallions.
So this is, you can start to smell
Yes, I
it,
do.
the pepperoni
Yeah, very
heating up.
fast. This is something that's going to go together. If you have the ingredients on hand, you can do this in less than a half hour, right?
Exactly.
It's so
and
easy.
you don't need to use these meats. You can use any other, you can use Genoa salami, you can use supersada.
Yeah.
I just chose the finocchione because it's a nice fennel flavor.
And it's your product.
And it's mine. Well, they're all mine. And the fennel Italian sausage.
Yeah.
Paul personally likes it. My husband Paul personally likes it with the hot sausage.
Okay. All right. What's next?
So, as soon as that, I think it looks pretty good. We're going to take all those tomatoes.
Yeah. Do they have to be squeezed by hand?
No, I'm going to
Just
put them
dump
in
them in?
whole. And this is 2 cans of San Marzano tomatoes, plum
Okay.
tomatoes.
So my trick is
Can you
pour them over the spoon.
There you go.
So it doesn't splatter all over you. Okay. Oh my God,
Smart.
that's a lot. Okay. So those are the plum tomatoes, and you have to use plum tomatoes for this. A salad tomato would not work for this.
No.
First of all, it's a salad tomato, so you don't want to use a beefsteak because it's too juicy, has a lot of seeds. Plum tomatoes are dense, they are flavorful, they have little acid in them, and they are the tomato of choice for making any type of a sauce. So, all right, so we have, this is a lot of tomato. Did you say 2 cans?
2
We have
cans.
2 cans, okay.
2 cans. But it's making, I always make it in this electric frying pan. For some reason, it's the perfect size for this recipe.
Yeah.
So it's perfect. And it's a 1-pot meal.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
How does that smell?
That smells really wonderful, and you can see how those tomatoes have cooked down some now and are creating that nice sauce. And like you were saying earlier, you didn't even have to add any spices to this because
Nothing.
it's all in the sausage.
Right. The
It looks
sausage, the
great.
salami, the tomatoes.
Yeah, you could usually use this like this without even adding anything else. But we are going to
We
add.
are.
Okay.
So let's add the artichokes.
Okay.
So the artichokes, these are just a can of artichokes, and I just cut them and rinse them under cold water. I add them all.
Yeah.
And basically at the very end, all we're doing is just heating.
Heating up.
Just
Yes,
heating it
'cause
up.
These are cooked.
And then the peas.
You want peas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Frozen peas
These are just frozen
defrosted.
peas defrosted, so there's no extra liquid on the bottom of the bowl.
Beautiful color.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like frozen peas because they hold their color the
Yes.
best. And then we're going to add these scallions.
Okay.
Give it one more stir. And again, we're just going to do this until it's heated through.
You don't need much of this to fill up, I can tell you that. That's beautiful. How much pasta did you cook?
Just 1 pound.
1 pound. But you got enough here for another pound of pasta, I think.
I
That
think
is
so too.
gorgeous.
Do you like it? And then we're going to
Yeah.
sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top.
Okay, a little bit of the Parmigiano Reggiano over the top. Yeah. I think that's it. That's all it needs. It doesn't need anything else.
And we might as well just put these, but I
Put
don't
the
think
little basil on.
we really need it because we got the nice green peas and
Right, but it's pretty to
but
add.
it's pretty. There we go.
It is a gorgeous, colorful dish. I hope I can match this with mine.
Oh, you can do it.
So for minestrone soup, you can use just about any vegetable you can think of because that's what a minestrone has. So zucchini, carrots, cabbage, whatever you have can go into a minestrone. So today we're going to use some zucchini or cagouts, as your little grandson calls it, potatoes, green beans, some carrots, and what is this called? Sopressata. Sopressata. What exactly is that?
It's just a famous, of course, as we all know, dry-cured Italian salami. Probably the most popular dry-cured salami there is out there.
Okay.
I would think. From the region of...
Tuscany makes a
I was
good
going to say
sopressata.
Tuscany or Rome area is probably
Right.
the most popular.
Yeah.
But you
right.
have it all over.
So when
Okay.
I was looking at your product list, I thought, you know what? That would be very tasty in a soup, in a
think so.
minestrone. So that's really going to flavor our base. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some garlic going and some olive oil. You're going to cut up that onion.
Okay, and how would you like this diced?
Well, I would like it just like, minced.
Okay, and the whole onion?
Pardon?
The whole onion?
Yeah, the whole onion.
Perfect.
Because we want this soup to cook in as little time as possible. So it's not going to take very long. People think that they have to be in the kitchen all day long to make a recipe. But for instance, in this soup, if you cut all of the vegetables the same size, it's all going to cook in about the same amount of time. So I would say 1 zucchini, you need a cup of potatoes, whatever, a couple of carrots if you have them. Patty, we're going to start with some olive oil, extra virgin, in a pan. I'm going to lower that down a little bit. And then we're going to add our onions,
Okay.
our garlic. This is the beauty of this restaurant. Everything goes in the pot at one time. We add your product,
Supersata.
because this is really going to give it an intensity of flavor. Cooking is all about building flavor. So it's thinking about, what would taste good together. So we're going to add the vegetables, and then we're not going to add anything else. We're going to let this all cook down for some time. So in go all of the vegetables. Smells good already, doesn't it?
It does.
We stir this around, and this is really a really healthy
Oh, that looks
healthy
beautiful.
soup because we have all of these wonderful vegetables. So once you have everything well mixed like that, just put the cover on. Abbia pazienza, you have a little patience, and you let this cook for about 5 to 8 minutes, just until those vegetables are beginning to sweat a little bit. Then we'll add the liquid. Okay, Patty.
Oh, that smells good.
You see how this is cooked down now?
Beautiful,
I mean, they
yes.
still have a little durability to them, the vegetables, but now we're going to add the liquid. And for this, I like to use a chicken broth. Again, to prevent the splatters, I put it right over my spoon, and that kind of diverts everything from going all over you.
Perfect.
So we have our chicken broth, and then I like some fresh tomato juice. I just squeeze some cherry tomatoes or plum tomatoes and get the seeds and skin out, or if you didn't want to do that, you could use tomato juice that you buy in a store. So this is our liquid, and we're going to let this cook now for about 15 more minutes, and then before we really serve it, we're going to add some cannellini beans. These are cannellini beans. Now you can use them either, you can get a can and you can rinse them really well and then add them at the end, or
the dry ones.
Yep.
And then you can just soak them overnight in water and then boil them again in the morning or the next day whenever you're ready to use them.
So the choice is yours. So we're going to wait to put those in, and then at the very end, we're just going to season it with a little basil, because I told you that you could also use a little dollop of pesto in this if you wanted to make it very Ligurian. So whatever is your choice. So let's put the cover on. Let's you and I go have a gin and tonic and let that cook for about 15 minutes. We're going to make a snack. I thought about this, and I call it Pepperoni Pretzels.
Ooh, fun, fun. Sounds like something my grandson would love.
Right, and it's, you know, it's something that's easy to do if you want to start with store-bought dough. So this is just pizza dough. I mean, you can always make your own. You can find a nice recipe for making your own pizza dough on ciaoitalia.com. So you buy a package of the pizza dough if you're doing it the fast method, and you roll it out when it's at room temperature. You may have to stretch it out a little bit
Yeah, it's not
to go, because it's very, you know, you got to relax the gluten. So we want this into about a 12-inch diameter. So you can always stretch it too by hand. You know, just go over your hand like this and stretch it, or you can stretch it with that way, or you can just use a rolling pin, say a few Hail Marys, and hope that it comes out right here.
There's a fork.
Yeah. So we beat up an egg, and we're just going to brush this over the doughs. And that's going to help hold the filling in place.
Oh, okay. Perfect. I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's going to help hold the filling in place.
Will it hold the shape also?
It'll help hold the shape. So why don't you brush yours first?
Okay.
While I'm finishing up my
Nothing added
here.
to it, just...
Nope, just the egg.
In the whole surface?
The whole surface.
This could be easy.
Yep. Think of this as a snack for a Super Bowl Sunday or something.
Okay.
Okay.
How's that? Is that good?
That's good.
Perfect.
Now I'll do mine. And what we want to do then is put on that pepperoni. And you really want the pepperoni to be minced so that when we roll this, it's not going to, you know, be hard to make the pretzels.
So we use just the regular mixer with the grinder attachment, but you can use a food processor. You can just chop it with a knife, right?
Yeah, you could do it by hand if you wanted to as well. Okay. All right, so why don't you take, a little less than half of that.
Okay. And just sprinkle it all?
Sprinkle
Okay.
Okay. Press it down. Now you can imagine what this is going to taste like, because...
And you're pressing it in?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pressing it in a little bit, just to keep it. Okay, that was just the right amount, too.
So that was just 2 sticks of our pepperoni.
Yeah, so then,
Perfect.
let me wipe my hands here a little bit.
Thank you.
Then you take this, kind of keep the ends.
Kind of tuck them in like
tuck
you're
'em in.
wrapping a sandwich?
Yeah,
Or...
yeah, exactly. Tuck them in. And then when you get to the end, just really pinch that end closed, because you don't want that to open. If you have to use a little flour. Good. Okay, make sure that the other end is tucked as well.
Oops. That was pretty simple so
Yeah.
far.
Okay, now what we're going to do is cut these. Can you cut on this counter?
Yes, you sure can.
Okay.
Do you have a knife there? Yes, you do.
I do. So,
I like it.
yeah, I mean, we could cook it like this and then cut it later, but let's do it into thirds. And then,
What a great appetizer.
yeah. Okay. Now you're going to cut yours. And then you just squeeze it and you roll it under the palm of your hands. Okay, like this. And you got to spend some time rolling because we want to get this long enough. You want to make sure the pepperoni stays where you put it. That's it.
So how many is this going to make?
This will make a dozen. A dozen.
So each of these is one pretzel. So they're big pretzels.
Yeah, these are big pretzels, yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, so then when you get it to the size you want it, that's about 12 inches, wouldn't you say?
I would
Yeah.
say.
Or you could make them even longer, 18 inches.
And it's okay when they're popping out a little bit, okay.
That's absolutely fine. So then you take it like this, you take it like this, cross it over, and you make your
Okay.
little pretzel shape. See? Just like that. Where's our tray?
Not the best, but
So,
okay. So parchment paper down on the cookie sheet.
right, and then you take egg yolk. We're going to make all of these, but you take egg yolk and you brush these. They're really delicious. They're
They smell great. I can't wait. I love pretzels.
And then after that, you take
Little
a
sea salt.
Parmigiano,
Oh, geez.
Parmigiano Reggiano over the top, and then for a little crunch,
Perfect.
you want sea salt, and that's how it goes. So should we
I
make
like
some
it.
more?
Yes.
This has been so much fun cooking with you today, Patty.
Oh, thank you, Mary
And
Ann.
I've learned a lot about your products, and we made so many wonderful things that we can use your products in. So let's tell everybody what you did.
So I made the fettuccine Casalinga. I used Italian sausage, fresh salamis, tomatoes, artichoke hearts, peas over pasta. Great for any time of the year. Summer, spring, fall, anytime.
Anytime. Delicious. And then
Your soup.
the soup. We made that minestrone soup, and we used the sopressata as a base for this.
Perfect.
So here it is, all
Perfect.
ready to go. It's a hearty soup with all these different vegetables that we used. So I think that this is something that would be great to go with those pepperoni pretzels that we
I know,
made.
I love 'em, I
Remember
love
that? We
'em.
just started out with a basic dough that you could either get in the grocery store or make yourself.
Right.
We rolled it out. We minced up some of the pepperoni, Fortuna's pepperoni, and then we rolled it up, cut it into pieces, shaped it into a pretzel shape, baked it in the oven. It's perfect to go with soup or just by itself.
Perfect. Thank you.
Patty, chin
Chin
chin.
chin.
And until I see you nella cucina again, I'm Mary Ann Esposito.
And I'm Patti Fortuna-Stannard.
Ciao.
Ciao.